Hello, my name is Melissa McMann. I am the Youth Protection Specialist at Kiwanis International. Today I'm going to be talking to you about our youth protection policies and practice. Thank you so much for inviting me to participate in your training sessions. I wanted to talk about, why does youth protection matter? So Kiwanis serves over 300,000 youth each year that are student enrolled in our youth programs. That doesn't account for all the students that we serve or all the youth that we serve in our fundraisers, our local community projects as well. And the World Health Organization reports that globally, 1 in 4 youth will suffer some type of abuse or maltreatment during their lifetime. Also, abuse is often at the hands of people that children know, love, and trust, whether that's a neighbor, someone in the community, a coach, a teacher. And so it's really important as a global leadership organization who are working with youth that we are aware of that abuse does occur, and that we're cognizant of protecting our youth and providing safe environments, and as well as destigmatizing talking about youth protection. Our main goals for youth protection is we want to protect, educate, and engage all our Kiwanis youth members and adult members. We want to protect our youth from predators and empower and educate our adult members with the best practices in working with youth. We also want to provide the students themselves. We're growing the next generation of service leaders, and we want to help them develop their ability to empathize with those in their community. We have a multifaceted approach to our youth protection in Kiwanis International. We have a high standard of service, and we've broken it down or kind of tried to make it an easy to remember. Youth protection ABC. So A stands for accessible, high quality training, B, background checks and beyond, and then C, culture of care, which is that student-led, that piece. Here's a screenshot of the newest version of the Youth Protection Policies and Procedures that was updated in February of 2020. This 2-page document can actually be found on the Kiwanis.org Youth Protection webpage. It's a downloadable PDF file, and every Kiwanis district is expected to provide an educational forum or workshop at every district, convention, or conference regarding these guidelines and best practices for adults working with youth. Here is our youth protection website. You can find it at kiwanis.org/youthprotection. We have a variety of different resources related to background checks. We have frequently asked questions. We also have our culture of care resources. You can click on the button, and then our youth protection training. So many of our trainings and webinars that we've done in the past are actually recorded, and you can find there. So I highly recommend that, at the district level, that you are scheduling time, encouraging all of your local clubs to meet that required guideline, that they review the policies and procedures on an annual basis. The clock restarts every October 1st, and it goes through September, so that we ask that everyone who is in a club, that they can review that, whether you review the a recorded webinar as a afternoon programming during one of your meetings, or if individuals like advisors are working with youth, that they review it as well. One aspect of training that we also are providing is Presidium Training e-learning courses that are related to child abuse and sexual assault abuse prevention. These are kind of giving examples of what someone may see of an abused children. We've actually pre-enrolled all of our service leadership program district administrators, risk managers, youth protection officers, and club advisors. If this is something that you haven't heard of before, you can definitely reach out to us at youthprotection@kiwanis.org, and we can provide more information to you. There is a mix of the e-learning courses are about 15 to 20 minutes with a video, and based on your role, there's 3 to 6 different modules, and once they're completed, it's good for 2 years. And we also have 3 modules if you're going to be a chaperone on an event with youth, that you also complete those chaperone courses. Our background check policy requires that clubs, the advisors for the service leadership program clubs have a background check on file with Kiwanis. Now this needs to be a Kiwanis background check. Unfortunately, for if you have a background check with another organization, another nonprofit or business, those systems don't talk to ours. And we want to make sure that we know the cleared results date, as well as providing renewal notices for those. The background checks are good every 2 years. Our policy for chaperones for the youth programs, they must be 21 years or older. Some districts have a higher age requirement, but standardized policy is 21. We also ask those chaperones to review our policies and procedures, as well as complete that Presidium training. And then we ask that there be a minimum of 1 adult per 10 students. When it comes to reporting, it's better to go ahead and contact either Youth Protection or the program director at International if you have abuse reported. Maybe the district administrator for the SLP program line is a good place to start as well. Just knowing that you don't have to be an investigator, that you can get others involved and report that sooner rather than later. We do have a youth protection helpline. This number, this 1-866 number, is on all of our web pages. We also do social media posts on the 9th of every month to Key Club and CKI, where students can report anonymously if there is a policy violation or abuse. It's also for Kiwanis members. The calls are taken by Presidium trained staff who are trained in crisis management. So if there are any issues, they can be passed along. We do have policies related to social media and communication. I always say, follow the rule of 3. Always include parents or guardians if you are sending emails to students individually. We also have our background check policy. As I said, we use a vendor, Safe Hiring Solutions, and links can be obtained to start that background check process. Either in the US, they can be started through the Kiwanis Connect if they want to self-report, or even the local club secretary. For our members in Bermuda and the Caribbean islands, they can contact background checks at kiwanis.org, and we can send them an individual link. Now, when it comes to the different positions within Kiwanis, I put together a quick little chart to show at what level, at the board level, the district level, or even at the local club level, whether a background check is required on file with Kiwanis, or if it is a student faculty member, their background check is sufficient unless they are going to be overnight at a Kiwanis youth-sponsored event. So our goal is to reach and maintain 100% background check compliance for all of our youth programs. Currently, we're at about an 86%. So we are always trying to make sure that we let our districts know to update their rosters, identify who those Kiwanis members are. That number of 86%, we want to continue to get that up to 100%. So we want to make sure that we get those renewals done in a timely fashion. If it's been longer than 60 days that someone has expired their background check, we are sending out notices now to local clubs, secretaries on a regular basis. We're sending them reminders out to those individual advisors. Our culture of care is that youth component initiative to provide students with training and resources to be leaders in their school, preventing bullying, working on understanding healthy boundaries. And we are continuing to do workshops and courses at our CKI and Key Club summer conventions, as well as our virtual meeting kits for our Builders Club and our K-Kids. So we're doing a lot of great things with youth protection. If you have questions or would like more information, or even if you would like me to present to your local club or your council or your division, I'm happy to do so. You can ask questions in related to different topics at these different emails. Thank you very much for all the work that you do in keeping our youth safe.